What you've done for me, your blood has set me free. Jesus, my Lord, look what you've done for me. I'll never be the same since the day that you called my name. Yahweh, Yahweh, look what you've done for me.
Yes, first of all, my name is Abijah the Rootsman. Big respect. Welcome here. We all gather here today with some special people to celebrate and support our great brother, Big Stone. Yeah. You know, and you all know Big Stone, who has been advocate for love, peace and love, help, true, genuine help. Not just for RTs, but for human beings, you know, right across the globe, not just Jamaica. And we're here to support him and support ourselves and learn a lot too, because we are talking about prostate cancer, which he's suffering from. We gather here today with some special people. We have Mummy Brown, Miss Brown, my dear Mummy, who is the owner of this beautiful complex, which we call Comfitanya Sports Center, sports bar and lounge. You know, we have done, I'll tell you a little bit about Comfitanya. Back in 2001, or the year 2000, we started the live band here, and we have many great artists' names that you can, I think even Fred Lock yourself have passed through, which have graced that very stage. You know, a lot of legends who are still here with us. Right. And some have gone on to a higher heights, but this lady has been very mechanical in terms of bringing it together and having great sound. We set a standard for true and pure music that even our kids can listen to. And of course, with our Rochelle, I love the belly. She has one of the greatest restaurants here in Kingston. Of course, there's none other than Bijean, who is the band leader for I Point, right? And he will be a part of the movement here. We have Anna Fischer, who is all the way from Boston. I met her in California. She basically plays at the what's that called again?
The oboe.
The oboe.
Yeah, an English horn.
Yeah, an English horn.
Yes.
And,
but I'm in the Virgin Islands.
Right. But she's living in the Virgin Islands now, and she's a great artist. You have Phillip from Black Media Sound, who actually first put me around a studio doing a dub plate. Yeah, back in Harborview days, you know. Long before Super D, long before Stone Lover, anybody else that we were recording for. And none other than the great Fred Lock, who's a living legend, sitting with us. And we are very,
Uncle Fred.
Uncle Fred.
It was like my uncle. From 1960. But we had like a baby, like my uncle.
Yeah, you know, and this man has black, you don't know the Big Stone. And them man have set the pace for me as a youngster who look up to this man and, you know, imitate the kind of work, the kind of quality that comes out of Jamaica. And of course, we have right here on my left is Dr. Heru, who is a great friend, a great family, very, very articulate, very spiritual human being sitting right here with us. He is a very powerful being, and of course he has his own struggle, and he will share that with you in time to come. And we're here. Big Stone probably want to point the camera on himself, but of course he's the one in the seat today. We gather here to discuss a benefit concert. Now, the idea that I have is I will just put it out there and then we can talk about it. And of course, this man here, of course you can see the great man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a round of applause. And if you are at home watching on your television or on the net, give him a round of applause again. Great evening. So the idea that we had was because our brother Big Stone is suffering from stage 4 cancer, and a lot of Jamaican men, and not just Jamaican but Caribbean black men in particular, is not very much aware of the seriousness of being, of where the prostate cancer thing is going. And Big Stone will share that a little bit from now. And I'm sure you have been hearing a lot more from him and watching him Big Stone television, and he has been very passionate about bringing this across. I am sitting here to help to organize and creating a team to move forward in creating a benefit concert so we can help our dear brother with music tributes and also donation or sponsorship, because we should always be our brother's keeper. Ms. Brown has poured her heart out. She is willing to give us a place, showing whatever resource she can so we can have the facility. We wanted bigger space, right? But to be creative, sometimes you have a bigger space and do one night and it still don't work out. So this is my home away from home, and I truly believe that we can have a series of concerts to bring this about. It don't have to be a one night thing, because it's not just raising money for Big Stone, but it's also getting the awareness out there for people to understand and using it as a platform to entertain our audience and also to educate about what prostate is about. So we have some ideas of what we want to do. We have some entertainers who have dedicated or give their word that they would be a part of, which we will release at a later date. We want to also establish a date very soon that we can host this events, I should say, more than one. We were thinking about April or May, so we wanted more time for people to be aware of it, to come out and support. We want to sell tickets online. We want to sell tickets at the gate. So we are here together to brainstorm those ideas and see how best we can move forward in doing so. Dr. Heru, you want to share anything? Add anything to what I said?
Well, as I said, you have given a great overview, and the main point is that we are here to help our brethren, and at the same time to spread a wider awareness of the problem that is stalking Jamaican men, that they don't know 49% of our men are afflicted with prostate cancer, and they don't know. They just don't know. So with the concert, we'll be raising funds and also spreading awareness to everyone. So maybe 10 years time, when we look back, we can see the cancer rate come down to 15%. And hopefully we can eliminate it, because the more aware you are of something, just changing your eating habits alone can start to transform your life. Brother Stone had just changed his diet and started to take in some herbs, and it is working already. He's regaining his strength and the cancer cells are shrinking. So this is what we want, the awareness and to get the word out there.
We also have visiting with us today is Phillip, right? Brother Phillip, who is a prostate cancer survivor. So I would love for him to share that, to give that light at the end of the tunnel, that love and that support for people out there, knowing that once you get tested early, you can actually put a stop to it. Phillip.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm old school, I'm 60, and I don't have that mentality about getting checked that way. It wouldn't be like embarrassing to say.
Can you elaborate
I did that. Where they check your rectum, you know, and how they do it, they put the finger in your rectum and they push it to check, and that would tell if it's enlarged. And like you were saying, it has a grit, if it's supposed to be smooth. And you know, everything is connected on this. It affects your when you're urinating. It affects when you're having a bowel movement. So what you have to do is don't wait for the sign. Do not wait for the sign. Do it before you get the sign. Because prevention is
Better than cure.
all the time. So I went and he checked it and he told me it was enlarged. Then he said, don't worry because that doesn't mean that you have cancer.
Right.
So then he said, I have to come back in a month or so. So when I went back, it got a little bigger. That's when he said, okay, it did not go, but it said sometimes it fluctuate. They said, the simple fact that it got a little bigger, the probability of it being cancerous is very high. So then it's a certain procedure you have to do before you get the biopsy. So he gave me the biopsy, then he took 12 samples, and 4 out of the 12 were cancerous. So he said to me, it's not so bad, and I could wait a year. I said, okay, I'll wait 1 year, which will be the next day. That's my 1 year. I said, I want to be done right away. So they started the procedure. I had 1 week, 5 days of radiation treatment. And went back for my checkup, and it's gone.
Nice.
So the thing is now to eat differently. Sometimes you cheat, with your things, but alkaline water, coconut water, stuff like that. Stay away from the soda, the sugar, the red meat, which I don't always, but I try, Even the chicken, no, unless you raise it, or someone raised it without the
Almost.
right. So, I feel good.
Nice.
I wake up. Oh, every 6 months.
Yeah,
Every 6 months.
That is key information.
Yes. I check up every 6 months and I pay attention to everything. I pay everything when I use bathroom, I look, I pay attention to everything. If you see a speck of blood, that's a danger thing. I remember once I drank some beetroot juice. 3 gallons. Oh my goodness. I said, oh no. I just stopped talking to everybody. I said, everything was red. I said, whoa.
Eat it up.
I tell you, it was the juice. I went to KPH. They said, oh, they don't say anything. I said, oh no, that's it. I'm dead. Too much blood.
And let me add, sitting right beside you is Anna Fischer, all the way from Boston, who lives now in the Virgin Islands, who is also a cancer survivor. I'd love for you to share briefly what kind of cancer you had and how you overcame it.
Okay, well, greetings. I'm so blessed to be here today. Thank you for inviting me, everybody. I'm here actually for my mentor, Fam's memorial, and I'll be performing for that. So I'm glad that it all worked out together. However,
Before you go,
cancer.
let me stress a little bit. Anna Fischer is here. We both will be performing on the Family Man funeral at the National Sports Center on Tuesday. We were invited by the Minister of Culture. I'll be doing a solo act, and she'll be doing her solo act with her oboe, right? So, in tribute to Family Man who has left us, who you all know Family Man from the original Wailers with Bob Marley. Anna already did a funeral. They had a funeral in Miami that you performed for Family Man there, right?
Yes.
Right. So I just want the public to know that.
It's on the live stream if you haven't seen it.
Right.
And it's been almost 5,000 people have watched it since last Saturday.
Nice.
Please share. It was over 3 hours, but it was really beautiful, and it was just, I'm so glad that I was
Right.
there, and I know Tuesday will be really special for everyone. Anyway, to get back to my cancer is different, and I think Joe Higgs had the same cancer, the prostate cancer. And when I met him, it was in remission. And about maybe a year or so after, it came back with a vengeance. And unfortunately, he didn't make it. And so and he was 59. And my own father passed at 58 from cardiac arrest. So my mother outlived him by 30 years, 88. She had 12 different types of cancer. And so this was unusual. It was a lump on the side of my throat, like a swollen gland. Didn't even hurt. And my voice was always back because I rarely sleep. And I sing in low keys and I woo all the time. Teach elementary school. So my voice is raspy all the time. So that's one sign that you have it. But it's more popular in men. But you get it in 6 parts of your body. And I didn't even know. It's contagious. It's like shingles. Yeah. It lays dormant in your body. And they said, oh, you have to have this vaccine. Well, I'll be honest, it didn't sound right. How could you get an STI that would become cancer 30, 40 years later? And in my life, I've never tested positive for an STI, ever. And I would go regularly, and I've had 2 children and all kinds of surgical procedures, but nothing like that. And had my blood checked every time. I was super cautious because I had 2 grandmothers died of intrauterine cancer, and so, I had all these things going on. Dad died 58. I'm prone to that as well. So, but my mom's outliving and keep doing these procedures, but then they find it somewhere else, and I used to laugh, and I said, well, she said, they cured it here, and I said, oh, just wait till the next one, they'll find it somewhere else,
Yeah, well, people with I know people that had lung cancer who have never smoked in their life.
Yes.
So that is...
So her boyfriend,
right.
He had throat cancer. Right. No, it could have been HPV back in those days. They didn't know.
Okay.
And he died from it. He was never a smoker. So anyway, I'm not a smoker, tobacco, liquor. This is unusual. I don't usually drink soda at all. I drink juice and eat fruit. However, I went 8 times, 8 different tests. Right. And the biopsy. Well, the biopsy in the Virgin Islands, it took 3.5 weeks to get it back. So they did say it was stage 1 HPV cancer, but I didn't trust it. Not after 8 times in this diagnosis. So quickly, as soon as he said cancer, I came up to Miami, went up to Miami to get it checked, and sure enough, they confirmed it. And it wasn't aggressive because I have a plant-based diet, but it was growing. And here it had been from March, and here it was already June, July, and I wasn't getting treated, so I was freaking out because I'm an oboist, I'm a singer. I use my tongue, my tonsil, was on my tongue and my tonsil. So they prepared me, well, you're probably gonna have a prosthetic tongue. So you'll have to have speech therapy. And similar to our dearly beloved friend, Yellow, who's had a lot of throat cancer and different procedures, they were going to have to take part of my face because it was aggressive. So they didn't know if it shrank, they wouldn't have to do anything, but they prepare you for the worst. Expect the best, prepare for the worst. So I was already learning some sign language, and I have a song that Soul Syndicate did for me, Chatterbox. So I was like, nobody will mind if I'm not talking for a while, okay? Because they don't want to hear everything I have to say anyway. So that part of it, I just make jokes. And I was like, okay, 50 years, 51 years, 50 years playing the oboe. It's my time. I'll just, I've done my thing. I got a nomination, third world, been in my heights. That's okay. I'm fine. As long as I'll be alive.
All right, so Anna, we want to know how did you overcome the world?
Well, it was 7 weeks of chemo, 7 weeks of radiation on both sides of the neck, every morning, 10 minutes. The doctor said the first 3 weeks you'll lay this a piece of cake, and the 4th week you're going to want to kill me. And he was right. And it was rough. The last 3 weeks, and that's when most people won't keep going for the rate. They don't go, and it grows, and you need to do it. You need to keep going. You need to get through that. That's all. And then I got through it. I had no voice at all, so I was texting, doing my TikToks with everybody's songs. Nobody even knew I couldn't talk. I got wigs. I never lost my hair. I never had I never had a bleeding tube and these things, but the people around me did. And my doctor said I was the doctors, and they keep recording me every time I come in, and I sing for them and play. But they said it's really a miracle, because they did not think that I would ever do those things again. And not only am I doing them again, I'm doing them better than I was before. Because now I can actually hear. It was a big lump inside, and it was blocking my hearing on this side. But it never went to the other side. But they did it just to be safe. But we can't do PET scan where I am. We can't.
What was the end result?
I've been absolutely 100% cancer-free 17 months now.
Right.
So
we want to hear that. That's your round of
yeah,
applause for that.
thank you. And got a checkup in April, and then the next one he said I don't have to come back to October.
We get back to that. We just want to keep things
So,
moving.
but you have to stay positive.
Right.
You just got to do it. Musa
What I would
was
like to
calling
know
every
is
day.
we have with us the great and legend, the great legendary Fred Lock.
Dreadlocks.
You know, Black Starliner, you know. Of course,
Anthem.
the anthem itself. I've seen you all over the place, Fred Lock, and every look on the TV or the YouTube or something. The caveman.
I like a new title, Mr. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And then some
Everywhere.
Right.
and then some youth and I say, well, Mr. Everywhere, Mr. Welcome to the team because you must be everywhere too.
Right. So we just want to hear your thoughts on goals.
Right. That man has stick me up all the while, not with no gun, you know.
Yeah.
You see too much sing black style and if you might keep a mark up and say, have to sing on it, you know.
Yeah.
I said, I don't have to do nothing. I said, you have to. So I just had to. Anytime you call on me, you know. So even I was so honored to know that some youth was, my cousin is Nita Ellis.
Nita.
Yeah.
Oh, Nita is a good person of mine. I
One
didn't know
of them,
it's a cousin.
yeah. One of them just come to and pick me up and send me go somewhere. I never know what EMG Garvey Center opening.
Yeah.
And I was here, so big son put me on the spot here and say, I have to sing. I don't know I was going to a place to sing, but I had to sing. So big son get it harder.
Nita Ellis perform here at what? 2-3 Saturdays ago.
Yeah.
We had a
Great
little lunch
artist.
and it's my brother like that. Everywhere we go, all the Menelik and road show, we do it together.
Right.
No left him out, he no left me out.
That's all, man.
And that's like Big Stone. I didn't know it was a cousin, it's a great youth.
Yeah, man.
And he's very much part of the team here.
Right. But I found out that recently because I have a history. My last name is Elliot.
Right.
So my father told me, said, any Elliot that spelled with 2 L's and 2 T's are family.
Wow.
And then it was 4 Elliot who came from somewhere in Europe and come to Jamaica and spread out.
Right.
So when I meet Nita, he said, why you think I look just like my mother? And then he started saying, my father told me, my mother told me the same story. You know?
But you kind of look like Miss Brown and I showed you about Elliot.
Yes, yes. I don't know if he's a brown Elliot. But anyhow,
You're the DNA
Max the
test,
Priest is
right?
also my cousin. This is all the link
Maxi
came.
Free. Yeah, you have that Maxi.
And Jacob Miller.
Yes,
Jacob too.
Yeah, because Max, you know, was in America. Denroy Morgan, God
Right.
bless him soul, Peter too. And just party, Peter Morgan.
Right.
Yeah, so Denroy Morgan put Max on the phone saying that Max said David Radigan could be family because his name Elliot.
Right.
So Max was having a show at the Rock Street in America. And him said I must come to the show and went put me on the guest list. And when I went to the show, I got with my wife here and the next woman. Was on the guest list and it's 50 years ago. And my father said, why is Elliot in? And said, I always walk with money.
Yeah.
So I'm going a big trucker out with them. I'm quite after I'm supposed to be on the guest list. I don't want to go to the thing, but anyway. And say, yeah, I don't see him here, you know, so you keep, you you have to move from the entrance. People want to come in, you know. So I have to pay for 3 of us to go in. And then when I go in now, I leave my face, my ticket stud with my wife and go around the hotel. I'm going to come and say, the base for them, I meet Maxi. So I'm going there. So I leave the stud, go on there, Maxi start off about the family line. And find out that both our grandparents were cousins. The first cousin. And on find out, I have a granduncle who was in England and come back crazy and walk all over Jamaica in them jacket and call him Jacket Beloved, you know? We don't want to stray too much, but that's not the family like. But my thing is that Big Stone, him have to order me for do this. Any time when they call for me, I'll be singing on the fundraiser or fundraisers. There's even more than one.
Right.
Yes.
So what I wanted to say, and thanks for all sharing, I'll let Big Stone share his story at the end. But we want to get down to the matter that we can open it up now to the floor. That we can make some suggestions, because without knowing it, having a date, we can't really move forward, because we need to share this date, our dates, with whoever we're inviting. That is key, right? If we're gonna ask any artist, the first thing they're gonna ask. Yes.
Yeah, earlier I said April might have come too soon, so I said May.
Right.
I would have think that May would give us enough time to promote and get people together.
I'm even pushing it further and thinking to be realistic and go for June.
Yeah.
June is my birth month.
Me too, I want to do the 7th.
I'm 9th June, I'm 9th and you're the 7th.
7th, yeah.
Wow, and we have had a lot of birthday party down here.
Yeah.
But
I might not be in Jamaica that time, that's why
you might not be?
right, in June.
Okay, so what about late May?
Late May, we go to May.
Late May, right.
Memorial Day
That is the
weekend.
first one. What if you put it further than I am back to the island and you want a different
What we want is,
Yeah.
what we can do is we can separate them.
Right,
Right, we can do one in late May and one in July.
right.
You know, we don't have to do it back to back, because we want people to see what we are doing and start coming on board and get involved.
Right.
You know, we're open to attract the Ministry of Health, we're open to attract the Ministry of Culture, and our own John Public, our own brothers and sisters who are working with us in this planet, to be a part to entertain themselves and also educate themselves about this sickness, because
I was telling you earlier, you have some youth from them called edutainment. You educate and entertain same time.
edutainment. Well, I'm learning something new,
Anyway.
right?
No,
Of course, we have, you know, we want to secure those dates. So we're looking at late May.
For the first.
It's a Memorial Day, it's a 3-day weekend, and it's the last weekend of May, because the 31st is a Friday,
Right.
so it's the last Saturday of May,
Right.
which would be the 25th, 26th, or the 27th. I know in America, 27th is a federal holiday.
Right.
And I'm finished teaching by then, so I am
So it's
available
good.
then.
That's
Because Friday is my last work day, I think.
We also want to thank Bijean for being here, because with High Point Band, you know, he has a professional unit. He would be able to support and help back most of these artists. And we ourselves, as Comfitanya, we have our own band, Legend Band.
Right.
So we would collaborate both.
Or Ron still play drum.
Grants play all the way. You know, the whole original team is still here. Henry and bass,
Yeah.
the whole
Oh, nice, man.
vibe, you know.
So we can work with your band.
Yeah, and we can collaborate,
Yeah.
you know. And
You do your events.
Right.
I mean, a Saturday obviously is really your big night, right? You have your live bands and things. But when you do a fundraiser or an event like this, it should be a private event. Tickets and that stuff. Do you do that also on a Saturday night, or would you do that, say, on Friday night or on Sunday night, being that it's Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
That's the best one.
And then Sunday, the
Even
block.
though Monday might not be a work day for most people. Not in Jamaica, you work on Monday. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Miss Brown wants to say.
Thank you for that. Okay. So Saturday,
Right, hold it.
Saturday would be the night.
The Saturday night.
No man, Saturday is a good night.
And
But people are out on a Saturday night.
Of course, that Sunday them can.
Right.
They can
Because-
dress up, over.
Yeah.
so that would be, if we, that last weekend, that would be May 25th. Unless, otherwise it would be into June, which would be June 2nd.
Right.
As you mentioned, May 25th, that is a powerful day. That's
The OAU.
the OAU,
And, yeah.
African Liberation Day.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Perfect.
great day to
Perfect
do it.
So we're working with the first,
For my mother's birthday.
and it's also Miss Brown on her birthday, confirming that whoever can come on board, that her first kickoff for Big Stone charity event is May 25th.
I would say.
May
I would say.
25th. All right.
So we have
So
to confirm the artist.
we will confirm. I know nature is second. You are here. Medea. Bongo Herman. Legend Ban himself is
And
as his own singer. Bijean, yeah. Yeah, and
Sometime to see that.
right. So what I will need is a list of those, because Big Stone has also said that George Pang is willing to help us with Liquor John. Right? I don't know if anybody else from that camp.
Yeah, me can talk to Liquor John.
Oh, Liquor John is on board. Right.
Because I'm going to do a show for him on the 30th of March. So I'm having stick up and can't say no.
Alright. Alright. So
I
Yeah.
I am
believe
also-
that once you get the word out that you're actually
Right.
doing it, you're gonna get lots
I'm
of
also
people
close friends
contacting
with
you
like
because
other
they're gonna
artists
want-
like Luciano,
Right.
Pinchers, Beanie Man. You never know.
Right.
But we haven't asked them just yet because we want to approach them with something solid.
Right.
Right? Because I'm sure every artist, especially the male artists, you want to be involved in a situation like this because it could happen to you, your brother, your son, or your father. You know, it's happening.
My
You know?
father died from prostate.
Exactly. So this is a good tool to get the word out. Right? So we're circling on May 25th as the first kickoff.
I could play music too.
Because one thing is that Phil has Black Media
Yeah,
Sound.
I told him Black Media.
Phil don't live in Jamaica, so I know you have to fly
I
back
will
here.
fly, I will
You
fly.
will fly back here to play. That was the first dub plate I've ever done. And I am respect my birthday. You know?
Oh, wait, I was drunk. I was drunk about Abijah. You think he was a singer all along?
No, I was a DJ.
Oh.
A poster.
Let me tell you the story. Butcher did a song named B Rider, right? Abijah said did one about Granny in a B Rider.
No, well, but then,
And let me tell you, I still have it on the plate.
but you know, what can I say? But you say, big it up, girl in a battery rider.
Yeah.
And me say, I saw a granny in a battery, which I actually did.
And the man that, he said, oh, the Granny in a battery rider.
No, I can sing a little part time. I can sing a little part time because it's actually a true story. I was living in Harborview and this very, very ageable woman, which I wouldn't expect, dress a certain way. And I said, I saw Johnny in a battery rider. I walk and I went and knock a car finger. I saw Johnny in a battery rider. I walk and I went and knock a car finger. Oh, Johnny in a battery rider. I walk and I... but back then, Phil and them guys know me as Quencha.
Quenchas.
Yeah.
Quenchas.
But you know, we grow, we evolve.
Yes.
We should not talk them to get part of it. Because you never know what me out there do.
Yeah, part of you.
Tuna.
Tuna Avenue.
Oh.
Right, and Phil used to come pick me up. That little boy.
Yeah,
You know.
You never really did, man.
But it's a life is a lesson where we sometimes we search ourselves, which is already there.
Right.
Because that was a start for me to know who Abijah is, who Jah, the creator, have already said. I'm coming from my father playing Mystic Revelation of Rastafari.
Yeah,
My father, Winston, Peanut, he used to sell peanuts and rock with the liquor bite. That's my dad.
Yeah.
With Count Tassie.
Right.
The night when Count died, the night when Count died, I was there.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't on spot, but we got dropped off. Me time was picnic. We packed the drum with it in a little bus.
So the music thing there from the Mika sister who born in
Yeah, well, it
Canada.
go further because they say I am a nephew of Bob.
Right.
You know, which is another story. But you know what I'm gonna say. And then my sister Rosie is married to King Yellow Man.
Yeah, I know that.
So, but we will have related. Nobody not separate.
Right.
You know, everybody, I mean, look how much people you are related to, and you and I are related too. So it's not about that. It's about a bigger thing because we are drawn here by the universe to support our brother, Big Soul.
Yes, we support everyone else.
Well, we have a
We are one big family.
yeah. So, me,
I'll find them now.
right.
Yeah.
But George Pang, fine.
Yeah, man.
We need to find out how many artists are going to be on the first show.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
And then what
now that you
what
have a
would you
date, you
offer
can
with
approach
them?
them.
Yeah.
Right.
And second, especially, we need to have like a budget.
Right.
Like, all right, your expenses it takes. You
Right.
need to have your expenses covered
Yeah.
plus a surplus,
Right.
just in
That,
case.
that is very key. Right.
Because
So,
we're coming down to the money part of it. Right? Because you want to clear these expenses totally, but if you have that to think
Come on, then we can think about some sponsors.
yes,
Yes.
Like Red Bull, D&G,
right.
Radio
all,
station.
all those people.
Yeah, you know always doing best FM. Like, you know, it's owned by a Rasta man.
How about a booklet?
Right.
A booklet that they could buy an album or see it? Have a like a souvenir booklet from it, so they could go home and read it and show it to other people that couldn't come, and they could learn the facts about the
Well, you know what?
disease and.
I don't think that will work because in Jamaica, they don't want everybody to
No, nobody wants paper?
Yeah, everything
Oh.
is full.
Okay, but they could, what about to do a scan? Could they buy their ticket with a scan? That would be a good thing.
Right.
Or donate with a scan.
Right. So,
So there's no paper, no ink, no money at the door. It's going to affect the
This
health
was
of
the
their.
first one. As long as I have died, the first one I'm here.
Do a code, scan code.
all right. You know what I want to do here now is to not just because some of us are artists and bands who are contributing our talent, is to give each person around this table a responsibility. Because this is a team, this is a seed from where everything else is gonna grow.
Right.
All right. So you talk about the selling the tickets online, right?
Like
You
a
talk
scan.
about that barcode scan thing.
Yeah, I was going up God.
Right.
Another day was just give me name on the
Right.
website.
So Anna, you want to take that portfolio up?
I don't know how to do that. I would be better to help you to promote it.
I know, but you want to research.
fresh
Do
people.
you want to research?
I can, but maybe somebody already knows how to do it, because it's being done everywhere.
I know that. No, I know that the things that we may sign up for, we ourselves personally won't be able to do it.
Right.
But it would need to go,
But we
somebody
want
has to have a name
people.
on it. We're paying money.
What I don't want to happen, I don't want the responsibility of everything organized to be laid on one person.
No.
So we are the team. Are we the team?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Right. So what I want to know is if you can do that research to find out who we can speak to and what it would cost us to do something simple like that. Because it's not like they're gonna print you a whole heap for them. They're gonna make one thing they're gonna create that we can send around in our group for people to, if they're interested in coming out or watching online, they can just pay them money by using a phone and scan the thing, and it goes straight to an account.
Yes, that's
So
what
that
I'm saying,
makes
an account. So I believe like either that should be through the business here, because this is your venue. But you'd have to have an actual street address for that. You
I
can't
really don't know how to do that, but I know I can answer to the time.
All right. You have a Big Stone have a you have a personal account that is already set up for this.
like a GoFundMe or
Right.
something.
You have a personal account there. No, we want to create something foreign that whatever is scanned, it goes into that account. Or do you want us to create something at Maggie's at First Caribbean?
Right.
And then whatever we develop from there, you will just transfer to him. That makes sense. So Miss Brown volunteer but being responsible for the scan.
I will
Check it out.
check on it.
Right.
I will just check my
The volunteer to check on it.
All right. So
But then from that, he has to pay the expenses, so that's why the budget is so important.
okay.
because
What are
You can't lose either.
Yeah, I definitely look physical ticket. I could have get some
could get
myself.
some, right.
Okay, we can have more than one angle, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You have to
man.
just know. I have some people that don't have no phone
Yeah.
and have the know-how. So me I say, Abby, we could have make some physical tickets too and get our team.
we definitely have to do that.
Our team can make sure we get like they say get 20.
Number ticket.
I was saying,
I said, okay, a friend of you gets 20 people.
Yeah. We'll make sure we sell them.
what we want to do is keep it at the least at least 6 solid artists,
Right.
right?
For the opening.
Yeah, we don't want a whole big long thing where man I watch time and
Yeah, the download thing not working and don't let people
A lifetime achievement award for Big Stone.
so that will come down the line, right? But what we're trying to do is
Right.
how do we attract the audience to be involved? So
some name artists that will bring out people.
yeah, so 5 to 6 solid ones.
Yeah.
If we have 1 or 2 man we want to bust out to,
And when you have the tickets here, the physical tickets, you can go to the corporation and tell them, okay, buy 10 tickets for the staff.
right?
Right.
Or, yes,
And you
Buy
will
a table for
Right.
And then you have some people who they don't really want to go, but they'll still support. Yes. So they'll buy the tickets even if they're not going to
So
go.
we need to print the ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to know the
so
cost
no
of
scan.
them things
But they could still, maybe you could have the scan for people in the States to donate.
I want to more
Like
after
the
this
GoFundMe or Apple.
come to contribute my time and everything. When we have a studio session, I'm them delayed. So I come still.
Yeah, to go.
Yeah, I forgot, but I tell them it's a big stone more important than the thing I tell them. Me I'll pass the producer go into the studio. And I tell them, so still come.
He tell me that this morning to when I'm coming.
I understand. Yeah, but that's why I quickly wrap up.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that we don't want to frighten nobody, but we keep a ticket for $1,000. That's 1,000 Jamaican.
I think that's good.
That's reasonable.
Because a lot of people like have the ticket too expensive and a lot of people can't afford it. First time people show it
And a
was
raffle.
too.
How
You know
about
what
a
you
raffle?
know?
Maybe we should.
For that 1,000 Jamaican or 10 US.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you sell it in the US, because $10 is a little bit to them.
Yeah, because we're going to promote it over
Right.
for people
Right.
to support. He has a lot of fans over
With the
there.
online tickets.
Because I have a lot of people that just would do it by
Yeah.
that would be like a donation.
But I am right now. The other, the quizzes
So you get back to me
on the quizzes.
on the 20th.
And Abby, you have to make sure that you emphasize the cancer on it, on the ticket.
No, definitely.
Because that's where people would on my side would buy the tickets.
No, what's
just
gonna
to support.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? And this is gonna come from Big Stone Heart. Big Stone is gonna go home. He's gonna go on his computer. He's gonna design something that he wants to go here on his ticket with his picture on it, and the $1,000 Jamaican dollars and $10 overseas, and without the scan thing, right? Just design of what you'd want to say, anything, any conscious message, whatever, about get checked, blah blah blah, and then you send it to us.
You know what attracts
And
me?
then we will,
That one him sure, victory is mine.
right, victory is mine. That could be the topic right
Yeah.
there, right?
And that's why I print
There
it
you
because
go.
our point I was showing them victory, I have one name, but we just think earlier. We are family.
And the family.
Yeah, one
All
big
right.
family, yes.
So we're gonna conclude now because we won't discuss July affairs until after the event.
Right.
Because we're gonna have another meeting after. We will have a meeting before the 25th for those who can attend
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And
We
if
have
I'm not here, you can be on the
yeah man.
When you're talking about the July, I wouldn't even mention that because they'll say, oh, I'll go to that one instead. So just
No,
take
right,
it
that's why
away,
we say we won't
and
mention.
then with that, but our intention is to
Right.
have a series.
Right, hear that?
But
For the
don't-
show, the rehearsal.
Yeah, that's usually a thing that I do outside.
Right, so
Now, because it's the African Liberation, the special day, will there
But,
be
oh, you would
any
know that,
conflict
After
for any other events? Will there be any conflict for any other events on that day?
all right.
May
She made an important point. Don't tell anybody about the July event because they will say, I can skip the 25th and come on the
You don't want
July
to know
event.
about that.
So after that, we announce.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The next one will
Right,
be,
so
because
we-
they're always so good, let's have another party.
Oh, you know what, too? It
Abijah.
can be an ongoing thing, even after we're finished.
Yeah.
It can be something that could go in a special account for people who cannot afford to get something where it can go to them.
Right.
Like a fundraiser for
Jamaica
everyone. Yeah, yes, yes.
I actually thought about that, but this is where
Big Stone
Eventually,
Foundation.
yeah.
Big Stone
Big
Foundation.
friends for Big Stone, Big
But what
Stone Foundation.
I thought about that, but here's how I wanted it to be pitched. To use a concert to announce that.
Yeah.
Okay.
To bring that about, introduce
Yeah,
that.
I like what you said because the
Because
first concert is the
you want them
kickoff.
to see
Make them know
what
something.
you can do to get the real interest.
Right.
Oh, and one last thing before you on the night of the show, if we can get doctors from
No,
the
but we have
hospital,
to
so that they can even say to them, you're not going to be able to do a test on the night. But I'm saying at least there's somebody you could write it down and say, okay, I can make an appointment.
and Miss Brown can add.
Okay.
Miss Brown can help with that. Let me upload it because she has a lot of medical doctors who come here, come have them lunch, them dinner, them drink, right?
I was thinking, like, people love raffles, but not to sell tickets way in advance, but the night of and then, like, a ticket for a checkup. A raffle.
Right,
You're
and this
gonna-
is where
That's
our
one of the raffle prizes, the checkup. Maybe a breast cancer checkup, maybe a mammogram, maybe a prostate, whatever you decide, but make them creative. The raffle. Everybody has a big screen already or
You know how
whatever.
big it can go? It can go as big as where you can have
The government
eventually, and everybody will contribute, and then you can actually have a specific facility
Yes.
for just that.
Right, so this is where we want to continue. Right guys, we could have come back to one meeting. I'm gonna wrap up in a bit, but
We need some good headliners
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I know.
Abijah,
yeah, we're gonna get
on that show. It's not that pushing.
pushing in.
For the next
And that is key. That's why I said wait until we have that together to use the first show to introduce the Big Stone Foundation. Because you want people to see what they can do. That will bring about an interest for the Ministry of Health, Digicel, Flow, all of them sponsorship that should be a part of it.
I can make a suggestion.
Yeah.
The 12 tribe people to Bridget, you know Bridget Aniki.
Yeah.
To get some people come from early, start off in the day, and people get tested and things.
Understand.
And then the show up later on.
Yes. They did that for the Lupus Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do like
I think it and it works. When you suggest the 12 tribe, what Bridget do?
Right.
And then come and set up them tents and people get tested.
And of course, you know that I'm very close to Melo FM, so we don't have Al Robinson as one of the main supporters with Big Store. He just want to know what we are doing. So he will probably be set up a live out broadcast on radio, live on radio, live on Melo TV. We had Chavity from Melo FM right here with us at the launch. They were all here the last time we did it. So they are already inside here.
I do understand that this disease is really geared towards men.
Right.
So if we can get a lot of these older men who may have stigmatism with regards to the same illness, if we can say, listen, come on board and support this event, you understand? I know for a fact that they will support it. Because sometimes as men, we need to see our brothers for us to feel comfortable to do certain things.
And make them know that it's okay to do it.
It's okay to do it.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of staying focused on just prostate.
Right, me and Bijean.
The more I think about it, they should really, we don't want to water it down, but they're different. Mine's different from breast cancer.
Right, I need to let go.
Keep it on that. Because that's
Let me wrap up.
No, wait till it's finished.
Me and Bijean, we need to communicate more because this president is very passionate too about getting things done. He called me almost every day.
Oh man, me too.
So we need to talk about a different responsibility. And even though we're over the band, we have and you a different responsibility as well to help. I know that because you don't live here, but you're getting one too. What I need for everybody to do is to exchange numbers. Exchange numbers, so we keep in touch. I'm going to wrap up by asking Mr. Claude Big Stone to sit in that seat so he can say a few
No, I
words.
stand. No, I stand.
You stand?
Yeah.
Right there?
No, man, I stand right between you. Sit there, you can sit there.
I'll put the camera over there.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Well, I'm just how to set it up. A wide angle shot.
Right. This is the wrap up. So of course Big Stone will be taking the stages same time for
One stage I don't like when
we
I'm
coming
in the
together.
stage 4, you know. Anyhow.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you. Heru, Ishaka, Musa, Menelik, Justice of the Peace, the Magistrate Judge, Reggae Star Abijah, Miss Brown from Comfitanya, Owner Proprietor, Bijean Gayle, Anna Fischer, Phil, and the legendary iconic Phillip. I'm deeply moved because when you live for the sake of others, you don't expect or look for people to give to you. I'm always on the giving because that is what I enjoy doing most. I like to put a smile on someone's face. See, I grew up extremely poor. I went to school barefoot, so I understand the struggles of not being able to provide for myself, even if you wanted to. I understand also the lack of education that can make things a little bit more difficult for other people. I'm fortunate my dad and my mom sent me to school. And I was able to acquire some education. And I'm very, 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 very happy for that. But prostate cancer is not a joke. The reason why I went public with mine is because it affects not just me, but Jamaica is the leading country in the world with the highest percentage of prostate cancer. And a good 49%, as Heru says, is suffering from prostate cancer. Not enlarged prostate, but prostate cancer. And when I look at what is happening in Jamaica, you know that, of course, the treatment is free, But then you have to pay $5,430 to get the needles to do the biopsy if you're diagnosed with a large prostate. Then if you couldn't afford it and you did the free, then how the hell are you going to afford to do or pay $5,430? So I am so elated to know that such group of great people who took time out from their busy schedule to kind of give me my roses while I'm alive. Because most people wait until you're dead, and even families, and they come out with the biggest casket, the biggest after party, the amount of food and so on. But while you're alive, they will even stretch forth their hand to help you with a meditation. Trust me, I've seen it all the time. So to have people like Fred Locks, a legend, an icon,
I didn't even know that.
you know, and he did it effortlessly because he see the works that I've done for others over the years. So this is my karma. And you have good karma and bad karma. And this is my good karma coming back. Abijah who could put his band up. Miss Brown who could put her business up, Comfitanya. Heru who could leave his own business, come over here. Abijah lived all the way up in the hills to come down here. It's raining. And for you guys to come together for one cause, which is prostate cancer. Would that just affect Jamaicans, but most of the Caribbeans and mostly men of African descent is suffering from this disease. It's a killer, and that is why we're raising this awareness. Early detection can save lives. Once you get to 40, scientists don't know why it grows, but it grows. At 40, it gets a little larger, until it reaches to a point where, like I didn't know. And then the stigma, digital rectal examination. A lot of brothers don't want to even entertain the thought of doing the examination because of the stigma. But we're here to break down that stigma. It is not foolishness because I understand the fear, but gentlemen, there's different ways you can get your prostate examined without actually doing the digital rectal examination. I personally recommend the digital because it's quicker, it's cheaper, you can find out right away, you don't have to wait for the blood test or MRI results or ultrasound results. You can get that right on the spot and you'll know exactly what your problem is. So I'm so excited, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to work assiduously along with the team as much as I can do because I don't want to just stay home and rot away and die. If I'm going to die, let me die on the battlefield. Let me die with the rest of the soldiers that's out here echoing the cause, right? Echoing the cause of this. This does mean a lot to me because it affects a lot of men in Jamaica. Last year we lost 1,393 people to crime and violence, men, women, and children. But we're ignoring the fact that we lost over 2,781 men just to prostate cancer. So can you imagine? The old-time stoppage of water is really enlarged prostate. Please, get checked, get tested. Early detection can save life. And I thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate this. Abijah, it was your idea, your brainchild behind this, and then it becomes everybody's idea. And to see you all looking out for me, I'm very emotional. I don't want to stay too long, and next thing you know, we start balling over the place. So let me just quick one on my head. You know what I mean? I want to thank you all so much, man. And whatever funding we raise is not just about fixing it. Because I always live for the sake of others. I was given $15,000 the other day to buy some medication for myself. A woman by the name of Joan Turner who has stage 4 cervical cancer. I went to see her. I gave her $10,000 out of it because she was down to skin and bones. At least I got some meat left on her, right? But you know, there are people out there who are suffering who can't afford it. So a foundation set up, you know, where we can give money, you know, give money to people who can, you know, I'm lucky. I got friends and as you see, great friends all over the world. So I'm one of the lucky ones, you know. And herbs, before I go, herbal treatment. I understand that a lot of people are into Western medicine. But if you look at what happened, recently the King of England was diagnosed with cancer. He didn't say whether it was prostate or otherwise. And he himself said, no radiation, no chemotherapy. I prefer to go herbs. And if the King of England preferred to go herbs, then what are we waiting for? Herbs that we have is running loose all over the place. Guinean weed, soursop leaf, guava leaf, you name it, merengue. You know what I mean? There's so much different plants out there that can help you. Matter of fact, my PSA was at 72.81 in December. My PSA now is down to 13.93 because of me using herbs. And we intend to continue to use herbs to bring it down. As the Bible says, herbs is the healing.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Big Stone. Until our next meeting, you're adjourned.
So are we going to name a date for the next meeting?
Not right now.
Right.
But we're going to have a meeting. What I'm doing now, everybody put in their numbers on this.
So Carol Brown.
Heru will creating a WhatsApp group, a group chat, so we can communicate in that group, right? And then we will discuss. Yeah, no pictures and then.
Do any of you do Zoom or any of those? Yeah, WhatsApp group
I
chat.
need to get back my WhatsApp up and just get a new phone.
Yeah.
I don't remember the password.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get a thing up, Amy Audio, he's the admin for that the WhatsApp group. Big Stone.
So which responsibility you want to give us?
Huh?
I would like a responsibility. And maybe I to sell tickets, the physical tickets.
Well, I think what needs to you need to do is try and get the bigger artists. Because you will have a lot more.
Because you need a way in.
Yeah.
And you are talking.
Radio promote. Yes, you get up there and say.
Right. What I can talk to other people. I know that.
Big Stone, I was thinking, this is a group that ever sampled and was available today. But you may have a list of your own.
Because I need to
that you feel, I've been telling you, I'll be there if.
Yeah, man, of course.
Be sure to give those names to the group so that we can.
Remember not to write like a doctor, so Heru can.
We never understand doctor to get to it.
I put my other book names, my real name and my.
Let's say Anna Fischer.
Well, Nancy Liebert, in case you see that one, you know I'm not a hacker. I go to it's
You confirm me to yourself, right?
Yeah, man, nature is with us.
I know, it's good, man.
I'm sure Big Stone will tell us which he could be here.
I stick him up, you know.
Come on, Benjamin tell me will be here.
Do you want to put email on there too as well if people have?
Yeah, email will be good.
Email as well?
No, just his number.
No, just a number?
We're going to create a group chat.
Okay, on the WhatsApp.
So we can.
Everybody.
So this is yours. All right?
So,
all right, that's it.
So on the first one, I would like the big names and attract you.
Yeah.
So anything, anybody